Now, Yeshua answered that question pretty definitively, and we find this in the Gospel of Mark. The Paroshim, that's the Pharisees, and the Torah teachers asked him, "Why don't your Talmudim, your disciples, live in accordance with the tradition of the elders, but instead eat with ritually unclean hands?" And Yeshua answered them, Yeshayahu, that's Isaiah, was right when he prophesied about you hypocrites. As it is written, "These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far away from me. Their worship of me is useless because they teach man-made rules as if they were doctrines. You depart from God's command and hold on to human tradition. Indeed," he said to them, "you've made a fine art of departing from God's command in order to keep your tradition." The point is, there's nothing wrong with tradition, Christian or Jewish, so long as it doesn't depart from God's laws and commands, and that it reflects the proper spirit of God's laws and commands. The reality is that some commands, such as to observe the 7 biblical feasts, are very short on how exactly to do that. So a lot of traditions have been created to sort of fill in the blanks. Yet some traditions can virtually go against what God teaches, while others do a good job of symbolizing or explaining them. Now here, Seed of Abraham, we employ some Jewish traditions, but certainly not all. We do it according to what seems appropriate for believers in Yeshua, and at times to show solidarity with the Jewish people. For instance, we observe the God-ordained feasts of Passover, unleavened bread, and first fruits, but we shun the Christian man-made Easter, which was made to replace those 3 biblical feasts. And in the doing, it is celebrated using mostly pagan religious fertility symbols. We also do not celebrate Christmas. Nothing tells us to create an observance for the birth of our Messiah. And the reality is that from its inception, Christmas always used existing pagan traditions and symbols to do so. Now, it might interest you to know that neither did the Pilgrims that landed on Plymouth Rock in 1621 observe those man-made days, but did celebrate all the biblical feasts. As another example, a rather blatant tradition that replaced a biblical command was to replace the 7th-day Sabbath, Saturday, with a newly invented day in the 4th century AD called the Lord's Day, which is Sunday. So we have to study God's Word and to keep that which is God commanded, and be most careful to incorporate only those traditions that do not go against His Word or try to replace elements of His Word or simply have no place in our faith practices. Yet, we are under no obligation to practice any man-made tradition, Jewish or Christian.
For more teachings of real Bible study and to rediscover God's Word with Tom Bradford, visit Torah Class today on the web, streaming TV, or download the Torah Class mobile app.